Boy, this show is straight fire. I'm not going to stop with these. Hey everyone, Jeremy here. Today I'm about to watch episode 3 of House of the Dragon. I am very excited for this. Before I get too far into it though, please remember to hit that like and subscribe. It is a very small thing you do to have very great consequences for the channel, so I appreciate it so very much. A lot of us have been skeptical to give our hearts to a new Game of Thrones series, but so far it has been terrific in my opinion. It has had everything I've loved about the original series so far. We've got complicated characters, we've got an engaging storyline, but at the same time, it is very different from what we know. We've got a good king here, in my opinion. We've got basically the people in power are generally good, and you've got a hand of the king that is actually kind of bad, which is a different take. And then the brother is a complicated antagonist, we'll say. I called him a villain before, but I was basically making light of that. He's more like an antagonist because he hasn't gone full villain yet. I have no idea where that's going to go this week, but with the way it ended last week, it is setting him up to be basically more of a villain, at least in the context of between himself and his brother. And Rhaenyra, to be honest. So, who I absolutely adore and want her on the throne. So, at any rate, let's get into the video.
The sea snake will have your boxy fucking head! No, 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 please! Ah! Ah!
Okay, this guy's just sick and twisted.
Save me!
Yeah, I was gonna say, you aren't getting saved in all this. Wow! Only his boots and legs. I was waiting for that. Yeah, I'm sitting here going, man, damn, you're way too susceptible to arrows up there. On the ground like that?
Come, eat. Fortify yourselves for the journey.
3 years.
8. Daemon has driven the men hard. They have begun to question his command.
She's
If
pregnant with
the Crown
another
were ever
child,
to
too.
Intervene,
Thailand.
now is the time.
Daemon and the Sea Snake started their war without his grace's leave.
Can someone tell me where in the seven hells Rhaenyra might be?
Sitting under a tree reading.
Rhaenyra?
Yes, my queen.
Your presence is wanted in the outer courtyard.
You are to stay by order of the princess.
The Queen commands you to leave the Godswood at once.
Oh boy.
Your grace.
And in this one scene, you can already see what their relationship's like now.
The King wishes for you to join us.
King has much to celebrate. He does not need me.
Ruth, Rhaenyra. The days are long, but Aegon came quickly and without fuss.
Aegon?
Because you are my daughter, the princess. And you have duties.
As I am ceaselessly reminded.
You would need to be reminded if you ever attended to them.
No one's here for me.
She's feeling overshadowed by the baby, the new wife, well, not so new anymore, the new baby coming.
I've not spoken to Daemon in years, since you supplanted him as heir.
Daemon made his choices, Lady Keira.
Huh.
The princess was more suited to the role.
He's made a mess, and the king must put an end to it.
Rhaenyra's getting so bitter.
Was your own second named heir as grand as this?
I honestly don't recall, and neither will Aegon.
Huh.
Lord Jason Lannister.
Gathered that from all the lions.
Wondered when the
King's
Lannisters would
Wood.
show up.
It's fine hunting ground, but the best sport is to be found at Castle Rock. I don't have a dragon pit, of course, but I do have the means and resources to build one.
Why would you need a dragon pit?
I'd do anything for my queen. Lady wife.
Please tell me he's just being presumptuous.
Jason Lannister is an excellent match.
He's arrogant and self-serious.
Well, I thought you might have that in common. Since you came of age, I've been slowly drowning in a lake of parchment.
Oh, yeah.
You must marry.
Oh, she's already gone.
My father trying to sell me off to Jason Lannister. Was I named heir to the Iron Throne so that I might only further raise the standing of a Lord of Casterly Rock?
You want me to kill him?
There's something off with the king. I don't know what it is, but there's something weighing on him. More so than just the crown.
I would be honored to take the Princess Rhaenyra to wife, Your Grace. What I offer you, the crown and your daughter, if you were to name young Aegon heir, Your Grace.
And when would I be doing that?
I had assumed, as he's your firstborn son,
I did not decide to name Rhaenyra my heir on a whim. All the lords of the kingdom would do well to remember that. Thank you.
Your Grace.
Wow.
That man's pride has pride.
Perhaps you might be more comfortable with one closer to home.
Who do you have in mind?
Okay, worm tongue now who?
Prince Aegon.
The boy just turned 2, Otto.
Yes, but it would cease the endless proposals for Rhaenyra's hand.
Powerless over mine own daughter of 7 and 10.
King Jaehaerys ruled over half a century of peace while his children drove him to the edge of madness. His daughters in particular. It is tradition, Your Grace.
She's gonna end up killing the beast. One thing I've got to say is she does seem to really love him now. Why am I so nervous?
Yeah!
I was afraid it was going to hit him. If you want to sign our portent, that was it.
He's the firstborn son of the king. To deny that he is heir to the throne is to assail the laws of gods and men.
It's only
The
tradition.
road ahead is uncertain, but
It's tradition, not
you
law.
must guide Viserys towards reason.
At least the wine was good.
Too good.
Been there.
What do you believe, Viserys?
That I am forever doomed to anger one person in the pleasing of another.
Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives or is vanquished?
Aid is sailing to the Stepstones.
Did he make call for help?
He would sooner die. But
This king does not mean to allow that. Daemon is thorn enough in my flesh. Will you insist on taking after him? Must everything be a battle?
The boy you always wanted. You have him in hand now. You have no further use for me. You might as well peddle me for what you can. I had a family.
What would you have me do?
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Lena Velaryon.
That is true enough. You must marry. Shore up your succession. Multiply. Search him out. Find one that pleases you. As I did. But I swear to you now, on your mother's memory, you will not be supplanted.
Oh, that hurts because I think it's not true. Or at least, you know, he has every intention. But...
Prince Daemon, I bring word from His Grace Viserys Targaryen.
Daemon, what? What? Daemon, what are you doing? He wants to finish the war before his brother gets there. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll put you down. Oh! What? That's the sun. Oh. All of that because he couldn't accept help from his brother. His brother was going to come in, save the day, and he would basically get none of the credit. He could not take that. I'm sure there's more, it's even more complicated than that. But in the end, he has not grown. He has gotten absolutely worse in the intervening 3 years. I do get that sentiment to an extent where he feels like he's been fighting a war for, 2-3 years at this point, and now you're going to help me. Now, after all this time, when we've been striving for victory, now is when you're going to come in and lend a hand. I get that to a degree, but they were also losing the war, and all you had to do was look at the men's faces, and they were broken. They were absolutely crestfallen and saw no hope. In the end, they won. He did it. He absolutely did it, but it wouldn't have been a narrow victory had they waited. So there's an argument to be made. They still made the wrong call. And the fact that Daemon risked so much when they already had an offer of help. I said at the beginning of the video, he was really just a complicated antagonist. He is moving further and further into straight up villain territory, because I guarantee this is his way of challenging the crown even further, and he will challenge it again. Speaking of the crown, the king is... It is hard to look at him right now. He is cracking. He is breaking under the pressure. It's as if, well, quite frankly, trying to be good and being a good father, being a good husband, being a good king, all of these things, he even said it himself, in a way he said it himself, all these things, they aren't going hand in hand. You know, make one person happy, make another unhappy. He is doomed forever to have that issue. And he's not wrong. I mean, he's not. You're no matter what decision you make, it's always going to make someone unhappy in the realm. That is just a part of it. However, I think the fact that it was happening in his own home was where it was weighing on him so heavily. He can handle it in the realm to a degree, but doing it at home was absolutely killing him. And that's why, you know, at this point, he's just getting drunk at the hunt. He doesn't know what to do anymore. He's completely at a loss because Rhaenyra is just completely distanced herself from him and is just unhappy as could be. If he had even that happiness at home, ruling would be that much easier, but he can't even get that, the poor guy. And sadly, Daemon's not wrong in that while he's a good king, he's not necessarily great at the job. And I absolutely blame his hand for part of that, because that guy manipulates him so bad. And essentially, he makes a lot of decisions for personal gain or to make his own enemies look bad while raising his station. And the king falls for it. The king falls for it every time, which is also, you know, hey, that's on the king. If you were a better king, you would recognize this guy has been manipulating you all these years. But you don't. You completely rely on him, and you do what he says almost every time. And when you do, you play right into his hands. And now that this war is over, I feel like you've got two houses gunning for his throne. You've got the Valerians and then Daemon, who are now going to be, if not overtly coming for the throne, they are going to absolutely be making claims for it. Because you've already got the queen that never was, you've got a prince, and you've got the only named heir being a woman, which they can use against him. So now that moment where he swore on his wife's memory he would not remove her as the heir, I think he's going to get pressured into doing it now. Because he has to solidify the throne or those other houses, which technically Daemon's House Targaryen too, but those two powers are coming. Wow. For an episode that was only about a hunt, how thrilling was it in so many ways? And I was so nervous at so many different times for so many different reasons. And that's why I like Game of Thrones. Oh my goodness. What did you think of this episode? Leave your comments below. Do you think Daemon's getting a bit more unhinged as time goes on? Do you think the Valerians are going to lay claim to the throne as well? Do you think the crab feeder should have his own chain of restaurants? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like I said at the beginning, please hit that like and subscribe. It helps the channel out immensely. All right, and before I go, as always, please take care of yourselves and please take care of each other. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.